And we are live.
I forgot my hat, damn it. Hey, Tribe, welcome back. It has been a minute since we did a live, and I'm super happy to be feeling good enough to do one again. We've had COVID ravaging through the house these last few weeks, and just didn't have the energy to, along with a lot of stuff going on at work. So thanks for sticking with us. Tonight we're going to be doing a lot of show prep, so feel free to send in questions. We'll be giving you a first view on some new designs that we're going to be having at the shows. They're also available. This weekend we're going to actually be out in Jackson at the Fishville Farms?
It's Fishville Farms, but it's at the Westwood Mall off of Michigan Ave.
Off Michigan Ave. Check out the post that we've done with the poster on it. Come see us if you can. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get down to show prep and drinking whiskey. So, yay.
All right. Say hi.
Hi.
So this one's actually here on time today.
Which means you should go buy your lottery tickets.
Yes. Only because you're explicitly asked me to.
Mm-hmm.
I had to plug it into the charger, and it's
too cold.
It's too
the
cold.
Temperature. That's what that warning sign is on there.
It's winter in Michigan.
Yeah.
Even if there's no snow, it feels like winter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an Arctic blizzard without the blizzard.
But if you want to pull up your phone or your Facebook or whatever,
oh yes, I gotta check that out.
Share it.
Friends.
Tell all your friends. There's 2 people here already.
Oh.
I can't see who is here, but
if you want to use my
phone for moderation, yeah.
Absolutely.
I was supposed to take this upstairs.
Doing other stuff with it. So, all right, let's see here. Ever since Facebook changed to force us to use Meta, it's been a PETA to. Oh, there we are. Also, hopefully, next live you'll have a different camera to use, and it'll be a whole lot better than the temperamental one we've been using.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
It's a mess in here. There's stuff everywhere.
I know, right? Too much stuff. Okay, why are you not?
All right. Yep, that one right there.
Great.
Just click on the video.
Oh.
Click on it.
Yep, and I was trying to find the share.
It's going to get loud, kids.
Well, what just happened?
You just took us home.
Don't mind the side of his face real quick while we figure this out. Go back. Are you on? What are you doing?
I'm shaping this handle for this knife. We'll see how this goes. This pin didn't get all the way through, so I'm hoping that everything will work out.
Everything always seems to work out for you, Dan.
Everything always works out for me. You know, that's the story of my life.
Especially when it comes to the crazy shit you do with, things you do with knives.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, are you gonna keep that knife that you bled on?
Oh yeah. No, that's getting sold, brother.
Are you gonna sell the evidence?
I'm gonna sell it.
Are we talking about from last night?
Yes.
So this one, Danathan sends me sends a video to our chat last night of him bragging about how sharp his knife was.
It was sharp.
It was very sharp. It was a very sharp knife. It was cutting right through the paper, and then a couple seconds later.
Wait till you see this ghastly wound.
My Band-Aid.
He has. It's horrific. I'm not even sure we should show this.
Now this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you.
Oh, it's gonna be
just
great
gonna
for me. Yes.
Yeah.
Nope, that wasn't bad.
Oh my
there it
God!
is.
Look at that. Can you believe it? You can see bone and cartilage and even guts.
So what you're not seeing is the cut around the rest of the finger was so fine. This finger was actually laying on the floor. I had to pick it up.
And
I licked it and then stuck it back on.
5 minutes.
I had to hold it there for like 20 minutes. It was really not.
Should just use gel fill.
I was gonna say I don't know why you didn't use epoxy. I thought.
How could I not
Just
use
G-flex
gel?
that baby.
So yes, and I don't currently have a Band-Aid. So painter's tape.
We have them upstairs if you want a Band-Aid.
And where are they?
What's
In
that?
our bathroom
We don't have a
upstairs?
Band-Aid. Is that it?
They're upstairs.
Band-Aid.
That's 2 flights. That's 3 flights
Okay,
of stairs.
first of all, they're not
They're
full
3
flights.
flights of
They're
stairs.
half flights.
It's at least 300 or 400 feet
Mand-Aids.
upstairs. I should just use
Duct tape.
gel fill on it. But...
Well, be sure to clean it out first with the with the acetone, so you get good and clean.
I don't want to use the gel fill because that'll sting.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm only manly when things don't hurt me.
So, fortunately, he can still count to 10 on his fingers, not 9.5.
Yes.
Or 9 3/4.
Or 9 3/4, like the platform.
80
Of
grit.
course, don't we have to go find them at
80
Hogwarts?
grit. I'm going to use an 80 grit.
Okay, so that. I can remember to sharpen this one tonight. And I'm going to do a couple of...
So basically, because of the plague that has been in our house, we have not had the opportunity to start doing our normal prep work stuff for our shows. Yes, I am. So that is primarily what we will be doing tonight. And then there's Dan.
Ooh, pretty.
Oh yeah.
Right? And then there's Dan. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Alright. I'm very excited about that. That's gonna look cooler than I thought it was going to. If Dennis is around, these are his 3 commissions. So we're going to get those cut out tonight.
Oh, that means he's going to make a bunch of noise.
Which
Which is redundant for Dan.
What? What?
Yeah, go ahead and
Lick the cup. Is this working yet?
hopefully we'll get in there.
There we go.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I had forgotten that we didn't turn it off. We just closed it when we made our hasty exit
Mm-hmm.
from Out of the Barn. Speaking of which, Out of the Barn, that is
13th and 14th.
So we'll be back out in Holland at the Christmas Out of the Barn show, Friday and Saturday, the 13th and 14th.
I believe it goes, we have the Jacksonville show this weekend, and then we have Muskegon on the 7th,
Yep, that's the archery place.
and then the 13th and the 14th is Holland, and then we go back to Jackson again after Holland.
Yep, yep. And the gal from the archery place sent us a flyer via email.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be posting that if we haven't already.
Yeah, I know. I also saw the email from Out of the Barn for the contract for the show.
So when I first started in Pencak Silat, which is an Indonesian martial art, very blade-centric, very close quarters, my first introduction to grommets was when it was very similarly shaped to this. Just a tiny little thing. The difference was that from about here to here to the ring, it was all one piece wooden handle. And a very small wooden tang and a pin, and so it just had a little sort of hook. I was recently inspired to do a full tang version of that, and we're calling it the Nano Hook. So this is one of the new ones that will be on the table. And it will come with its own little Kydex sheath. And we'll be doing an article on EDC carry methods for fixed blades. But this one will be just a deep pocket carry, like so. And there's different kinds of clips you can get for it and such, but this is the one I'm just kind of using for default. But come see this next table. I got a few more of these I'll be doing over the next few weeks too. Another new design that actually one of my customers actually named is called Fenrir.
That handle though.
I know, I love it. Kira hates Spalted, just in case anyone's wondering.
My least favorite.
And this one I actually was able to get a custom mosaic pin for, which I thought was pretty cool.
Is this for Brian?
This one, no, this one, Brian named it, but this one is for the table. It's a production blade. And then I also just this week finished another new design. This one's got to go out for Maker's Mark. This one doesn't have a name yet, so I'm taking suggestions.
The gradient on that is really beautiful.
Yep, this one is 80 CRB2. I left the Ford scalings because I love the look and it really sets off the grind. But yeah. And then surprisingly, and I'm very happy about it, don't get me wrong, the hybrid micro gents have been really flying off the table. So got another one of those going today. This is our drop point. Hybrid micro gent. And then I also have another, that was a commission. There's the other, that's not it. Where did you go? I'm missing one.
It's not this one, right?
Oh, here it is, right here.
That's cool. That purple is really
I know,
pretty.
I love that. And there's a little bit of purple in right here too. So yeah, that was a fun one. That's a new one coming up. We also, I was really surprised at how fast they went, and I'm really happy about it. But our Nano Apostrophe, I got a couple more of those ready to go. And they have these really cool little keychain things. You can also get clips if you want to carry it there, and they've got a little lanyard too. And then here's the other one.
That's really cool. You can see the red in the veins.
Yeah, I love that. And then that live edge. This is a Spalted Maple hybrid handle, once again, from John Bryant at Muskoka Turner. And then this little scrap of Damascus begged to become something, and so this one is our Nano Curve. This is a 416 layer high carbon Damascus from Alabama Damascus. I believe this one is a random pattern with a Spalted Tamarind handle that has been dyed and stabilized. And they all have these little Kydex kind of keychain sheaths that you can do lots of different things with.
I just messaged you, but you didn't get it, I guess.
No, we're doing it live right now.
Well, I knew that. I knew you'd be here.
Yep.
I thought, is it acceptable if anybody shows up? Yeah. Because what I wanted to find out was, when you're not so busy that I can get back to you. What day on, what do you know?
How you doing over here?
Not too bad. I'm getting the general shape. So right now I'm on the 80 grit belt.
Mm-hmm.
And so the 80 grit, you want to just be real careful with, not move stuff too fast. You can take it off a lot easier than you can put it back on. So I think I think I might move to hand sanding at this point. Maybe I'll go to 120 just to do it a little bit faster, but it's coming out. It's coming out pretty cool. I gotta say.
Yeah. I had other stuff to do.
So we'll see. I'm a little bit concerned at the stippling. I don't know if that's part of the micarta,
Thanks, buddy.
or it's just because of the high grit that I'm using. But unfortunately, oftentimes there's only one way to, like, just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going and see what happens. So I'm just gonna keep going and I'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Right?
Sometimes wonderful things happen.
Sometimes wonderful. Sometimes it's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Dennis Hillman says nice.
Hey.
Is that the Dennis you were referring to earlier?
It is.
These are
Yeah.
these are Dennis's. Right there.
1, 2, 3. We'll maybe get those cut out tonight if we have time. That'll be funsies.
That's not mine.
Back in here and put them back in the salt mines to work.
It's all about funsies.
I'm gonna advocate for Dennis getting his blades.
Yes. Sander.
Are you sure? You sounded
I am.
you sounded very confused
I
there,
need
son.
more bourbon.
You need more Furbin?
I need more bourbon to flurbin. Because the flurbin,
Now we know he's tried. He speaks like everyone else in the tribe.
the flurbin helps you thurbin.
No.
See, for me, it's socially responsible because it kills cold bugs.
Why do I come here?
It's for the conversations.
It's for the intellectual challenge.
Conversations.
For the conversations. Before I chat stuff in our chat, I do occasionally check to see who is in the chat.
It does sometimes matter.
It does sometimes get a little bit out of control.
Because the tribe chat that we have is like you, me, Wallace, Dad, Mom, and Autumn, and Jordan.
And Jordan. Yeah.
So, but yeah, we also have the shop one, and then
So this is a mini Persian.
that orange is really pretty.
I
Small
know.
versions.
And I just love how this one actually just fits in the hand, fills out your palm right there. Comfy saber or reverse. And then got the sheath for it. And once again, you can put any sort of connection on there you want. You just put a a very simple, versatile one on there to get people started with. So yeah. All right. So
Where's Persia? Is Persia a country or a land?
I thought it was
Just an area?
it's an old area.
Old area. I know they have princes that like to jump
Yes,
and
yes,
climb
yeah.
things, but
Persian princes that are Caucasian white males. whitewashing, right?
Yep. It is the season though for whitewashing.
Ooh, cheer up. I know you hate this.
What? Ooh, the file one.
So this is actually part of what I jokingly call my Phoenix line. Phoenix being second life from the fire. And this was an old file, an old nickel file.
I love that. This thing is holding my hand.
Right? Ooh, and that reminds me, Kira hates my new fidget line.
Yeah, that has to be my favorite style of handle here. 'Cause it wraps real nice. That almost looks like feathers.
Doesn't it though? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a Missouri birch. Yeah, I'm pretty happy how that one turned out as well.
And Wiltner says hello.
Who does?
Ann Wiltner?
Hi.
Lessard Wiltner? I'm not sure. I can't look at the pictures.
Is the tablet not staying on?
Oh, it's not. I haven't turned it on yet.
Oh, okay. It's probably enough that if we leave it plugged in, it'll just...
Keep charging. I
Yeah,
just
it
had the button.
Oh, gotcha. How many people does it take to turn on a tablet?
6.
42. It's the number for everything. Okay, so this is all salt. This is
Always, always, always with the technical difficulties. Technically, I am the difficulty. Hey, I said it.
Okay, so let's get this stuff put back away so we can actually start going through the blades. About the time I get this put back away, I'll find that I probably need it again and we'll have to get it back out. There was a little, there it is right there. Alright. Jenny, if you're watching or you watch this later, the steel is coming from the Steel Baron. I actually have your template for your new kukri mapped out. So that's about how big it's going to be. And we got the 3/16 AUC RBQ steel coming for it. And as soon as it arrives here, I'll be getting to work on it, and send you pics.
Happy Thanksgiving, Scott.
What's that?
Scott Miller.
Hey, Scott.
It just says Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving back to you. One of the things I also want to look at tonight here is, is there anything else that we want to move to the fire sale?
Yeah.
So these are fire sale blades.
Fire! Fire, 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 fire!
I'm just going to turn this off and get this case out of here for now.
Oh, I'm itchy.
That was interesting.
It just became painful all of a sudden.
What did?
My itch.
It's got probably COVID-43.
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know what version of COVID we had, but I'm going to tell you, it was not enjoyable.
No.
Not the good kind?
It was the opposite of the good kind.
10 out of 10 do not recommend.
If this thing went any slower, it would be going in reverse.
I know, and the sad part is that was actually one that had really good reviews. Oh, bourbon. It's a glass of tolerance.
I know what was missing.
What's that?
The fan. Do we want
It is very quiet in here.
That's the habit.
All right, Kira, I need your brain because mine is obviously toast.
Okay, well, you'll have to give me a second because I'm still working
I'll
on
give you
this.
as many seconds as you need. I'm just trying to recap since this is the first time we've actually looked at this stuff since. I'm really glad we wiped them down and oiled them all though.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, check this out. Just got this back from Ed from Cinder Rose Leatherworks. And this is the sheath he did for me. It's ambidextrous, snaps on both sides, and the carry loops actually just fold right over. So it is truly bilateral. And then he did a finish on the leather kind of mirroring that feathered that feathered look that the maple has. So this is going on the table. Put that right out of the way. Boom. Love it. Absolutely love how that turned out. And he's going to be finishing up the sword sheaths pretty quick here too. I'm super excited to see the one that he's doing that's across the back carry. Almost like Deadpool. Or, what's his name from The Witcher? Geralt?
Geralt, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Chuck Pippen. I want to be Kira Bieski.
I would rather have you here because being Chuck Pippen would just be really awkward. So, Ed, wonderful job on this. Thank you so much.
Pain of a knife maker. 'Tis garbage. Look at that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah, that definitely. So what we're looking at here
Look at the
is
gap.
Yeah.
I can actually fit my thumbnail into that. That's not just an illusion of epoxy. But the cool thing is though is that you can actually, and it's actually trying to come off right now.
Is it?
If you put your thumb in there, feel it.
It's not like I didn't have any problems getting these pins in there.
Let's do coffin nails. It'll be fun, he said.
Well, this might default to one of my daily carries.
If it's crazy, wild, and out there, it's Dan's idea.
I'll just do this. But look at how cool that is!
You know, it looks great, actually. It really does.
Right?
I love how it looks. I think you should do it again, but just do it with pull the handles off and redo it.
Nah,
I've got more 1/8 inch, or fill it.
I'll cut a new piece of steel. Plus, I got all this work in progress.
Well, no, dude, I'm saying, don't dump it. You can always fill it with gel fill.
That's what I'll do.
Gel fill, let it sit, and then just stand it flat. Yeah. Or, yeah.
A gift. Or, yeah, a gift.
All right, so Kira, I'm trying to remember now. We have all the sheets in here.
All the sheets are in, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't really need to worry about the sheets. We just need to make sure these are all set, right? So we
Yeah.
can actually just have a sheet bin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm remembering right. In that case, I'm just going to start with pulling all these out, and I'll start putting them back in as I go through them. And then I'm also going to be sliding the table cards into those sleeves, putting them in the bag. Is that okay with what you want to do, where you see it going?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Smells like burning.
Hey, remember too, it is getting to be gift-giving season time, so if you see something on the live that you are interested in, give us a shout, send a message, and we'll set it aside for you. We also have the workshops, which we are now getting ready for the holidays, and that is a full day-long experience of designing and making your own high-carbon steel blade. Includes all time and materials. We start around 9 a.m. on a weekend, typically by appointment, and then we just go until your blade is done, usually around 4 or 5 p.m. And you walk out with a day of training and a blade that you made and designed and realized. So let us know if that's of interest as well. It's a great experience for that hard to buy for person.
I'm hard to buy for. Somebody buy me a knife.
Oh, that's annoying.
What's going on?
For some reason, when I put in my email and my password, it went to your Facebook. Yeah, I logged out of yours.
Did you usurp my whole account?
I would not be surprised. Facebook is a... Listen, I do not fuck with this thing anymore, but I'm just saying that, like, I am so sick of the meta of Facebook. Like, I'm just over it.
It is
dare
not.
you!
It is not easy nor intuitive.
No.
Yeah, it's a PETA. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Every time that I hear you say that, I think of pedophiles. So, like,
See, I think of like pocket bread food.
are you talking to me?
Are you speaking against the Facebook?
The Book of Faces? Yes.
Because I don't know about you, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why is that? Is First Lady Alania and Zuckerberg gonna come after me?
No, it's the Meta AI
Keep the
that
politics
is,
down to a minimum.
in charge of the actual vote that's going to come after.
I didn't say anything about the president. I didn't say anything about anything. I brought up Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg can suck it.
He can Zuckerberg. That can't be the first time someone's thought that.
Here, you want me just to put them all in one box and you want to still try and keep them segmented by like general size?
Whatever you feel like you want to do.
Let's just get them all updated then, I guess.
This is not doing what I want it to do.
The butler.
Did you just say the butler?
The butler.
The butler. I leave the butt knives to you, son.
That is 100% true, Scott. It's all of them. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it's all just collecting our information to sell it off to advertisers. It's
One of my favorite scenes in Ready Player One, the movie, was when they're at IOI talking about how they've recently discovered that they can cover up to 80% of the visual range without inducing seizures.
You should appreciate the hard work these people are doing to serve you ads of things you want to buy.
That's right.
Come on.
I'm really happy how the butler turned out. One of my
That
favorite
is-
little EDCs.
not supposed to be my Facebook picture.
Oh, what a mess.
Okay. Snug. One of my favorite designs. Actually, I think these things are going to protect the cards and flatten them. Pretty nice, actually.
I think. Let me see.
What's that?
It's a little bit of dust on the bottom
Is
there.
that a little booger?
No, it's dust.
It's just dust.
It's just the dust that you had
Oh,
Is that nose dust?
all on the outside of
I
your.
don't ever get any
Bolivian
dust.
marching powder?
I don't ever get any dust in my system.
It's the one thing 5D said.
My one weakness is dust and high talking. Alright, we're gonna fix this with super glue and a piece of paper. How do you like that?
Well, guys, I finally
You're
figured it
talking about
out.
your finger still?
Yes.
It's gonna be an exciting one tonight, folks.
Ed says hi.
Who's this? Hi?
Ed.
Hey Ed, we just showed off your sheath actually. Love it. This is a cute two-fold. Oh yeah. Let's get that.
It's very quiet. Don't everybody talk all at once.
So I'm literally waiting for super glue.
You want to look at it? Can I record you? Can I watch you
Yes.
watching it?
Why don't you use the gel fill? The catalyst. Oh, by the way, that catalyst works on super glue too.
Yeah, I don't like to use the catalyst because I have the belief that it hardens better if you don't use the catalyst. That is just.
I feel like there's a Viagra joke in there somewhere.
Hey!
We're all we're all entitled to our own opinions.
Well.
Ed says, so glad my imposter syndrome was in full swing. I'm assuming talking about the sheath.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. That is a curse of the craftsman, the imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I thought at one point that I wasn't a fantastic lover. And, you know,
Unfortunately, I can't leave this
I know now.
conversation.
But that is not the case.
You're stuck here just
Brilliant.
a camera screen.
And you know, I smart things and creative stuff, all that.
Dan's filibuster.
I just can't get this tape off.
Did you super
You know what's a
glue it
really
on?
good idea is to do that point side towards your chest, so that if you accidentally,
At least we got it on camera.
Great.
We can go viral.
Snot tape's not coming off. See, that's okay though, because not all of us are good at everything. I am not a good tape getter offer.
A tape getter offer?
I'm not bad at getting other. Well, hey now, what? Family show.
I left that real fast.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad it wasn't wasted at least. Just wait till we're 3 bourbons in. Things get released.
I still like Wallace's. We just call those conversations.
We just call them conversations.
Just call them conversations.
This still needs to be on a t-shirt. Here they're just conversations.
Oh, well, hi, Ed. It's good to hear from you.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Yeah, he called you a gorgeous lady.
I hope.
No, he did not. He
I
called
think
me a gorgeous lady.
Oh. I don't mind being called a gorgeous lady. Of wrestling.
Okay, Glow Boy.
What would your female wrestling name be?
What would my female wrestling?
Yeah.
Amazon?
The Boobinator.
The Boobinator.
I'm a fan. What can I say?
I'd watch it.
See? Oh no. This knife is just getting better and better.
Did you burn the...
What did you...
You can't...
This knife is getting better and better.
Right. Right.
I think
Jesus
it's
Christ.
maybe-
Oh.
That super glue
Sorry.
may or may not be dry.
I want it on my fingers. I was planning it is not, because now my fingers are sticking together. Right there. Can hardly see it, but it's a little black there.
So this happens. Come over here. I'll show you.
So the new reading for a show will be TVMA.
When you take a 220 grit,
It stopped being a family show a long time ago.
right? When you take a 220 grit and you pass it by a very small area and you go whoop whoop whoop, and you don't whoop whoop fast enough, it burns the steel.
The sounds are important, folks.
I was
And
going to say,
then
those are the technical terms.
When you burn the steel, the knife is just ruined.
Aw.
So it's mine now.
Did you burn the steel?
That's just surface,
That's not even on the blade.
right? No big deal. I will say there is a quality difference of what we put into production and commissions to what is good enough for me to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to convince him to heat treat his last night.
Heat treat, schmeat treat. I heat treat at 40,000 degrees. Like I'm creating Molyneux. Molyneux? What's the new one? What's the axe guy? Molyneux?
First of all, Mjolnir.
Moldy.
Meow meow.
Moldy
Meow
nerds.
meow.
Meow meow. Meow meow. That's right.
Mjolnir.
This was forged
He-
in the heart of a dying star.
Mjolnir was
Why does
the
the star have to be
hammer.
dying? Like, that's kind of
Because it's more dramatic.
More
That way
dramatic.
you get a more dramatic blade out of a dying star than
I
you would
wanna-
like a live happy star.
Hi,
My
Drew.
happy star. That's where I want my blades forged. Is a happy star. One that's like young and kicking and like ready to
Now
party.
he's ages.
You know, I am. Young stars do more coke than old stars do. They make better.
And we just went beyond TV epic.
Am I not allowed to say that? Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Thankfully, these lies are not rated.
Rated or rated? Rating comes next.
Don't swat us, please.
That's right.
Mjolnir was the hammer.
Yes.
What was
The
this?
axe's name.
Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
Stormbreaker.
That one's a lot easier for your white man tongue to say.
Did you know
No, I didn't, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
when Stan Lee named Mjolnir,
Nope.
Mjolnir?
he never intended anyone to pronounce it. He just thought the letters looked cool together.
I mean,
Did you know that Stormbreaker was not made for Thor originally? It was made for Beta Ray Bill to beat Thor.
Gatorade
Yep.
Bill.
Beat him out.
I assume like a never mind.
I don't know. Why don't you axe? You could probably hatch it out.
But and you actually saw Beta Ray Bill's
Now, where did Beta Ray?
species actually in First Guardians in the opening scene when he's going into the temple to get to retrieve the stone. There's a skull on like a pole that he kind of hits around, and that was actually Beta Ray Bill's species.
So where did Beta Ray Bill come from?
Outer space, probably.
Outer space. You know
Somewhere
what?
out there.
Here's something to blow your mind. We all come from outer space.
We're all star stuff.
We are all made of star stuff.
About that. And also, 70% of the hydrogen that is in your body right now was created at the Big Bang.
Scott Miller says, to Stanley's credit, I still can't pronounce it.
That's right.
That's a good point.
Caleb Karn. That's Caleb, right?
Yeah, he's actually a guy who's come back for a couple of workshops.
No, not Caleb. That's not who
Wait,
I'm thinking of.
Not Caleb. Where,
Oh.
The kid.
where the heck has Kid Caleb been? Kid Caleb.
Caleb.
Kid Caleb.
Is that his name?
No. Wait.
I thought it was
Caden.
Caden. Jaden. Caden.
Caleb Karn is a customer who was
I-
a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
What customization done for him when
Oh,
he came
Caleb's here. But I I thought it was
I
Caden.
remember
You were
Jaden.
correct.
Yeah, no, it's
I
Caden.
never just put a K on it.
Caden the Kid.
Kid Caden.
Kid Caden. In fact, I think if he ever comes back, that's going to be his tribe name is the
Oh yeah,
Kid.
Kid Caden.
It's like Brother Brian got his.
That's right.
Guys like alliteration here. There we go. That peeled off nice.
I think Dan has probably the longest of the Smiths, being the stepdaddy, Jet Hammer.
Caleb says two of the words are hard, and shut up. Two of the Karn clan's favorite people to make knives with. I apologize if I am butchering your name.
I wanna
My
say
last
Karen-
name is Bieski, so I understand that I
I always
am not
wanna call
doing it
Karen.
intentionally.
My last name is Molitor, so.
It's ARN.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So Karn?
I think I put my phone wrong then.
Either way.
Sorry, Caleb.
He says happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Hey.
Back at ya.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Say hi to the family for us.
Nope. Wet soup.
Oh yeah.
I've got
But it could be fried so quickly.
I've got this. I'm gonna slide up soap paper and soup glue and slide it in. See this face on Chuck? That's the face that I go for every time.
Are you flirting with my dad?
We've been flirting together for over 20 years.
I was gonna say, you know, like
Jordan's
always,
here.
Always. Don't tell him.
You're doing it.
Don't tell him. And Wallace isn't watching, right?
I don't think Wallace is watching.
We'll
Although,
have to have words with him for it.
I was going to say last night that was hilarious. We were like mid-conversation and then nothing. I was like, are you guys coming over? And then silence.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I have people that I love that I don't want to die, so.
Well, I love people and...
No!
You're right.
You know,
Yes,
well,
I
it depends on how
lied.
they're seasoned,
That's a
right,
lie.
Kira? It depends on how they're seasoned.
Yes, that's true. Scott just called you his work wife.
That is true.
I don't think that's Riley we're talking about.
No, it is not. This is actually my Scott.
Oh, it's yours? Oh, okay.
Yeah, not your
I
Scott.
was getting possessive.
I was gonna say.
Well,
as
it
long
was
as-
mine first.
As long as I get half the Mustang, I don't care.
You gotta...
This is a very technical process called
Driving truck insane. Watching.
sliding the paper into the gap. You know.
Why are we putting the paper in the gap?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some super glue on this paper and I'm going to slide it down in here. And then I'm going to cut the paper. So it actually creates it reinforces that bond. Again, just so people know, it's not a knife I would ever sell.
Ed wants to know if you could grab the bag out of Mom's hands long enough to show.
Yeah, I'll get that down there before we get done with the live.
Yeah, he still wants pics too.
Yep. It's just with the COVID going through, it hasn't exactly been a photogenic opportunity. I think these sleeves are going to work well. I hope they will. Sleeves? No, I've got these little 3x5 plastic sleeves. And I have a little Ziploc thing on them for putting the table cards in. So,
really? Hey, that's great, dude. That's going to be so much nicer.
yeah, to keep some nice and keeps them with the blades.
I was
So,
going to say, they're going to stay nicer.
yes, exactly. And especially since I want these kind of to go along with the blades when we sell them, like certificates of authenticity.
Yes.
Let's see,
Oh, yeah.
Indigo Dwarf.
That super glue wasn't dry yet.
I did use super glue to fill a mosaic tin, but I didn't wear gloves, so I had my finger over the tip of the tube while I was sliding stuff in and pouring the glue in, and it set and it tore the tip of my finger off, my finger pad off when I.
Yeah, you didn't
had to
need that
remove
finger
it.
pad.
No.
Fine.
No more
You know,
fingerprints for that finger
This
for a
work is
while.
pretty dangerous. I don't know if people know that, but I'm essentially like
Some 14th century adventurer. Who was the guy that sailed around the bottom of South America? Was that Columbus? No, that wasn't Columbus.
I don't know.
That was somebody on the internet should know that.
It was definitely someone though.
El Dorado. No. Wasn't
That was
El
Cortez for El
Dorado. Cortez.
Dorado.
Oh, was it Cortez?
I think it was Cortez for El Dorado.
What's that?
Machado.
Magellan.
Magellan. Magellan. He's the one that made the foot things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's thanks to Scott. he's the guy that made the foot
Right.
insoles.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the point of that?
But that's what I am like, because things are dangerous, and that is a dangerous thing. And essentially, we might as well be fighting bears. We might as well be fighting bears.
I'm gonna fight on the side of the bears.
Because I might get super stuck in my finger.
Bye, Ed.
Hi, Ed.
He's heading off. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, say hi to Patricia and say happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have fun.
This one is now completely water resistant. Apparently, it was bathed in butcher block conditioner.
John Bryant.
John,
Bryant is watching.
welcome, sir. Welcome. Oh, this is the set. Yeah. Okay.
Wearing his earrings.
Wearing his earrings, yes. I thought you said he was wearing his earrings. I'm like, wow,
Yes.
okay.
He's wearing my earrings. He's in my ears currently.
Wow, awkward.
This is not easy to do one-handed. Oh, there we go. Get in there. Putting my earring back in.
I can always tweak it.
Nah, straight. I got it.
For those of you who aren't familiar with John Bryant is an amazing wood turner and does all the handles for me.
Made me
And
some pretty cool chopsticks
also
and a carrying
did a
case
custom chopstick set as a gift for my daughter.
that I'm
and,
still obsessed with.
and ear gauges.
And ear gauges,
Custom ear gauges, which turned out absolutely beautiful.
which I'm also obsessed with.
He's also worked with me when it comes to memorial blades, with regards to being able to provide people with a really interesting and unique memento mori for a loved one who's passed away.
I'm not sure if I am deaf because my head is so congested right now, or if you're not speaking very loud, but I'm having a hard time hearing you with the fan. You.
Well, we don't really need to have the fan on if we're not grinding. If you're going to grind somewhere, we can turn it off until then.
I can't speak for how everybody else can hear you. I just know that I know my head's really congested, so it's really hard for me to hear stuff.
Well, and by
Plus,
saying
I
that,
also
you
have
just
this
hold them.
big ass fluffy hat.
Okay, yeah. So you guys gotta see this. This is her. What happened?
Continue.
Okay, this is her her hat that everyone wants to pet. We found that at the Grand Rapids Market downtown, which is awesome.
Chris Kringle, something like that.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
Chris.
Okay,
Chris
Saturday
Crindle.
with Flash. Exactly.
Okay. It's the
Got that
gauges. Yeah. It's probably the gauges, you're right. That's why I can't hear anything.
These are actually ear caps.
Yep. I put them inside my ears so I don't have to listen to these guys.
That's pretty clever, actually. So now I have to get this piece of paper
Just whoop, just like this.
covered in super glue out of this.
You see that?
And then not get stuck in there.
Don't do that, please. Whoop.
Hold on. I'm going to show you.
Your ears are not supposed to do that.
Yes, they are.
You want me to
See?
hold it for you?
Oh, it just fell out.
Okay. I know you did.
Because I don't listen, see? And
Yeah,
then it
if-
just
if-
falls back
if
out.
Only we could get like little speakers that would.
Yes.
You new type of earbud.
Yep. That would be really cool.
So this is the one I carry every day. This is my daily carry. It's got a hair on it. Oh, I shaved this morning. That's right. So yeah, I don't know. I don't need two this shape, but I guess I'll just have to give this one away. So
Maybe.
whoever I give that to, sorry about your luck,
Hopefully they aren't watching this live.
because half of this is super glue.
Yeah.
So for those of you who also don't know, I've known Dan for a very long time now, and he's always charted the. We have the paved road, we have the dirt road, and then we have no road. And he usually kind of goes down the no road.
I feel like for those of you who were here that watched the Forged in Fire event, the 37 pin incident.
Yes.
I rest my case.
The 37 pin incident. I think the problem with that build, the problem with that piece,
Was you needed more pins.
Was I didn't
Less
have more
handles, more pins.
less handle. You know what? If I had put more pins, it would have balanced correctly.
Yeah.
And the handle would have just felt better and it would have been more smooth.
Yeah.
That's what the problem was.
Uh-huh.
Not enough pins.
Not enough pins.
Not
I've
enough
got
pins.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So for your next event, then I expect you to do at least twice the number of pins.
How
I have
many
6
pins?
pins in this blade.
Is that all?
Us?
So
And that's a mosaic, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
This
What?
big one? You can't, it's not
What
focusing.
happened that you only did 6 pins?
Can I see this real quick?
Yes, you can, of course.
Let's see. It's not going to stick to my hands. I don't know
No.
if you guys can see that. It's kind of hard to make out. There we go.
There you go. I'll get it sanded down and we'll see it again.
Go.
But yeah, I like pins and stuff. They're shiny.
Dan, you have an unhealthy obsession with.
They're shiny. I like the pins. What do we have left? How long have we been doing this already? Jesus.
2 hours. No, it is 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So we're halfway through.
Torturing people online.
Okay. That's
So
who
if I
that
had-
was. It was Greg, the guy
Okay.
that stopped by. I was like,
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
phone vibrated earlier.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just saw his text.
Yeah, that's right. Greg Bazan.
I was like, I turned around, I'm like, who is this man in the shop right now?
Yeah, he actually is coming back for another workshop, and he saw how busy we were,
Uh-huh.
and figured that he was going to just stop in real quick and see when next time we could talk about scheduling his other workshop was.
Dan got really close to my bourbon and it made me feel uncomfortable.
Well, you know, having Dan close to your bourbon is a threat because it could disappear.
No, it's not.
Me being close to your bourbon is probably more a threat.
That's
You're,
true.
you can trust me. You can trust me. It's all fine. It's all gonna be okay.
Shh, it's fine.
It's all gonna be okay. You need to put your faith in man anyway.
Oh boy.
I would if I could find any.
That's good stuff. Okay, I'm either gonna cut my finger off,
Again.
or
All right.
I'm not. I don't know how to do this.
For the gram!
Well, that's definitely two possibilities. You either are or you aren't.
Oh no, not deep enough.
That's what she said.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. See, it's just
It's just paper, right?
yeah. It's just
So
paper.
you could probably do that with water.
Well, it's super glue infused paper now.
Well,
You should walk away from it for a few minutes.
I'm
So
gonna
it's-
walk away from
It's
it.
really just micarta when you think about it.
So what are you doing? now?
I am just going through and re-oiling the blades, checking them for any possible surface rust, making sure there's an edge in them. I actually had a couple where I got so busy and was trying to multitask and put a couple of blades on the table that I forgot to put an edge on. So trying to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Well, aside from the new ones, we know that they all have edges on them now.
Yep.
So
Now I'm just going to cut Dan and see if it cuts. You go on the table.
I
And,
know one that's got an edge.
but this one is our Reversal of Fortune. It's a Damascus one.
this is a really popular one.
It's got
actually.
the Messer birch on it. And yeah, I've actually had to make a couple more of these, so those are in process, but this is one of the ones that we have left. It's available. So before each show,
And this
we just-
is redneck skin, correct?
that is redneck skin, yes.
John, you're on here. Is this actually Missouri birch? I just want to make sure stuff's labeled right.
Oh, let's just stir that pot.
I am supposed to be in the kitchen. Like, if anybody's gonna do it,
Where's your apron and where are you wearing shoes?
you're right. I need to be pregnant.
What?
Hey, are you saying that?
Here is pregnant.
No, don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Do I have a tracking number?
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky
I
Bobby.
did order a little girl.
You know what? There are knives here that I can solve this problem with.
You got one too
Just
many.
saying,
anyway?
I'm waiting.
You know what I am curious that I think I want to try at the end of this live before
Oh, boy.
we...
Does it involve stabbing Dan again?
Crack cocaine?
Yes, it is crack cocaine. And we're going to stab
Marching
him.
powder.
We're going to stab him with the drugs, actually.
With the crack cocaine.
Yeah. No, I want to see if I can run the live off of this and this. Like we'll do it at the very, very
Oh, you're
end.
talking about like doing like a dual
Multi-camera thing.
Oh,
So like
interesting.
I could walk
That
around.
would be cool.
with the thing, because I know that the eStream lets us switch between cameras.
Yeah, you can get what are they called? The Stream Decks
Yeah.
that do that?
Yeah. This eStream has on their thing, their platform or whatever, they have the thing where you can switch between multiple cameras, but they all have to be linked up under eStream.
Right.
So I just don't know if I can run it through Meta, if I can run multiple cameras. But I wouldn't be able to switch between the cameras, I don't think. But I don't know.
Oh, we'll find out.
So you have a GoPro, right?
I have a GoPro 3.
Oh, okay. Well, then that no longer is relevant.
Only 10 generations old.
Right?
Yeah, I want to know if it's... Did you read that it had anything about streaming capabilities?
It's supposed to live stream from it.
Okay.
And it has a screen front and back. Have any of you guys used like a GoPro 12 or
Yeah.
GoPro 13?
Crowdsource this.
We've had... We've used the eStream camera, which is put away, which is the one that we use the most recently that has like the flashing. It picks up the
cycle.
yeah. And we've had a couple other that just don't pair really well, or
The eStream, one of my biggest frustrations with outside of the lights is that it doesn't have any sort of a screen on it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a 2 or 3 second delay between what you
it just
see on
looks
the
like a
phone.
can.
Yeah. And so I wanted to get one that, like, if I want to be down here and just kick on a live stream ad hoc and invite people in to participate, I can still see what what I'm doing or what people are seeing. And supposedly it's geared, it's designed around social media and streaming and such. So I'm hoping that will be a better one. Everything I've read about it says so, but I don't have any real experience with that. If any of you guys have had any experience with like 11, 12, or 13 on the GoPro iterations, I'd love to hear about it. This one was such a weird one, but I really, really like it.
The Scorpion. Yeah. That is a really weird one. It's more of a showpiece, in my opinion, than anything else.
I mean, it's an excellent fighter, but hopefully you don't have to get in fights too long. Because you got a pretty good reach with it. It's double-edged, so you can come in and back, or cut and hook and cut. But it's comfortable too, surprisingly enough. Which, if it's not comfortable, I'm not going to want to hold on to it. But I do.
I'm going to text message Wallace right now and yell at him.
He's probably up at the Moose.
He actually, only reason I thought of him is he just texted yours and Shereze's group.
Oh, okay.
I just saw Wallace's name pop up at the top of your thing.
Gotcha.
And so now I'm going to text him because
him some
not
shit.
only is he not logged on right now, he's also not here and did not answer me last night. So he is in trouble.
Answer you last night.
He's
No, he
in
didn't.
trouble.
It's one thing to have a delayed answer,
Mm-hmm.
and not have an answer at all.
Yep.
Totally.
Next time I see him, I'm going to think, you're going to be in trouble.
I just text him. I do hate me.
Okay, why are you so happy, Chuck? Because it's not me. Still looking for that blue KMZ. It's gonna be like the last one I
I swear
do.
to God. It's like the thing when it fell behind the...
Yes. Oh, hey, speaking of which, should have said that sooner.
Speak and the devil shall appear, right?
No kidding. Yeah, this one has got a new home. So, 2 out of the 3 are gone. In fact, the only one left after this is the prototype. So probably have to do some more of those. Yay. This one gets set aside. This one I need to get the sheath for, though, too. So, actually, I think what I'm going to do...
In all fairness, I've been giving Wallace crap all day because he texted me this morning and he was like, or this afternoon around lunchtime, and he's like, I'm hungry. And he's like, I'm thinking about getting Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And I was like, oh man, I want Taco Bell. And then I got mad because like he made me hungry by talking about food.
Well, and you guys do the Tropical Smoothie thing.
Yeah.
So, he's just taunting you, so he deserves it.
Yeah.
And the little I'm gonna say this. Several said the fucker was not on today because he wasn't at work. So I couldn't nag him at work, and I was very upset about that.
Well, what is there if you can't antagonize your son at his job, right?
Exactly. Okay. I just think you can shoot for that one, and I'll package that one up and ship it out to David Miller in Tennessee. So, David, if you're watching it all, or you see this later, you found it. It's getting packaged up. We'll ship it out Friday.
That's the one we need the sheath for.
Yep, it's in the bag of sheath, box of sheath now.
Okay.
I love that you actually left them in the serialized bag. That was good.
Yeah, I figured that would be better than trying to do it the opposite.
Yeah, and we're constantly improving our system.
Mm-hmm.
So, I realize that this is an exciting night, guys, but thanks for chilling with us.
Well, they come for the blades, they stay for the conversation, right?
That's right.
The conversations.
Yeah, people need to know what they're asking for, though. Really.
So the story behind that, if you guys don't know, is Dan was over. Obviously, mom and dad mom and dad have known each other. Dad and Dan have known each other for a long time.
25 years now.
And Dan was off living his own life, and Dad was off living his own life for a while. And Dan came back into Dad's life a year or two, couple years ago.
3 years ago now.
Couple years ago. And one of the first couple of nights that he was over, our friend Wallace, my brother, the very handsome, tall gentleman that's usually here, one of the very tall, handsome gentlemen that is usually here.
Not here when you should be here.
Anyways, but Dan and Wallace were having a conversation, and I don't know what exactly. They stopped their conversation like partway through, and Dan walked in and was like, "Man, that's some weird conversations." And Wallace just turns to Dan and goes, "Here, we just call those conversations." You just get used
Let's
to
just
it.
say I do remember what that conversation was about, and
Is it the same thing that all the conversations eventually end up about?
it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if Mom were in this chat right now, she'd be texting it.
It is not appropriate for.
We'd be going well beyond TVMA at that point.
Oh.
Anyone new one?
No, I did just talk to Wallace, so he said he was planning on coming. He was planning on taking a nap and then coming by, but he fell asleep and his shower had to get fixed because apparently it was leaking into his wall. So,
Excuse.
but he's not on the chat right now. So,
You always have a story.
so how about you do me a favor? I was gonna say as you're going through, why don't you show me the blades,
Oh, that's a perfect idea. Yeah.
and then that way.
So this actually is, call this one the Neo Bowie. It's kind of one of my modern riffs on the Bowie knife. It's got a very long, straight clip. This is 50-100 steel, very tempered for bushcraft use. This thing holds an edge like nobody's business. And then we've got a 5,400-year-old bog oak handle on it. And then it comes with the Kydex sheath with the H-harness clip. So you can attach it to a harness, a backpack strap, your belt, carry vertical 45, scout carry, whatever you need to. And you can just kind of change it as you need to. Yeah. So that's one I've had for a little while now. I'll probably have to order some more of these. These are actually so far working out pretty
Hi,
good.
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Brother Brian is on?
Yep, Brian is on. Brian Baldwin. I don't.
Hope you're having a great time in the mountains there with your family, son.
I hope it's terrible, so you never leave again. That's what I hope.
Wow.
And
I like him, and I will gladly trade you.
Brian, if you want me to stab him, I can do it with his own blade.
Brian, if you want me to stab him, I will do it with all of the blades.
Larceny.
Cheers to you, Brian.
Cheers to you, Brian.
I don't know if Wallace is, because I just texted him. I don't know if he's actually going to come over, because I told him that mom's still COVID positive.
Yeah.
So,
Well, being down here is one thing. Being upstairs when everyone else is another thing.
he just got to Olive Garden with Cindy,
Oh,
Brian,
okay, is he back?
his
Are
wife.
you back?
No, I don't think so. He just left a message in the chat last night saying he was still
I
out
thought
there.
he was going to be spending it in North Carolina, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of showing you blades here, I'm not sure if I should show you this one.
You mean mine? So, Dad was going to trade this one, and I was very
What I was
upset.
thinking.
I don't know what he was thinking either. He was going to trade this one for something, and I was really upset about it. And he didn't end up trading it, and it was not because I was upset about it. It was because it turns out the guy wanted to make a bigger version of this blade, which now I know Ed left, but it's Ed's fault.
Well, actually, Ed started his blade. We got his and Patricia's blade roughed out, heat treated, and tempered. So next time they come over, we're going to start working on the bevel grind and handles. Okay, so say bye-bye, Kira.
Bye-bye, Kira.
And maybe we'll move this one if Kira doesn't keep putting it under the table.
What are you talking about? I would never hide that knife while other people come by.
Especially now if someone's actually
Have a
looking
good
at
night,
it.
Brian. Thanks for stopping in. You guys have a good night and enjoy your trip. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye to Brian.
Hi to Brian!
Bye to Brian.
Bye.
Yeah, Brian is out to dinner with his wife right now. And he just stopped by to say hello.
Is his wife suddenly more important than me?
Yes.
Look what's happening around here. Brian.
Typical Dan.
Just get back here.
So, Brian, if he cuts off another finger, he's going to blame it on you. Just want to let you know that.
True.
Okay, what we got up here next? What is this one? It's like
Which blade is carving tomorrow's turkey? So as it stands, we don't really do a typical Thanksgiving, and it's actually not for political reasons whatsoever. We just always end up with a ton of extra food for Thanksgiving. And we never eat. It costs a bunch of money and takes a bunch of time. And then we spend all day cooking for 30 minutes.
Yep.
And so what we decided over the last couple of years is, as a family, instead of doing Thanksgiving, a typical Thanksgiving, we now do a simple meal and then do a movie marathon. So this year we're doing family style, build your own KFC bowls. And we're going to do, famous bowls. And then we're going to do Arnold Schwarzenegger movie marathon for the day.
Oh, are you guys doing chronologically?
No, we're just going to do random.
Random.
Oh, random.
Yeah,
Ooh.
whatever ones we can find or whatever one suggests.
Yeah. All right.
So, unfortunately, none of them will be carving the turkey. However, that does not mean that we can't go outside and chop some of the wild turkeys that are running around in our neighborhood.
Our flowers?
Fuck them. Yeah,
So,
the turkeys like to get into my cucumbers and strawberries and things like that. So I have no problem cutting them.
We're not going to be carving a turkey with this, but if someone breaks into your house, it might be good for carving other things. So this is my hybrid needle with Kira's favorite handles.
Mm.
And this one's kind of a riff on a karambit. One of the things I like to look at is intentional design, and I'm not sure how well it shows up, But with a blade like this, I want the blade to actually lead the knuckles, so that you don't have to go past your target to engage the blade. And this one's also got almost kind of like a pistol grip shape to it, because with a very traditional blade, you have to cant your wrist, like a straight blade, you have to cant your wrist to get the point on target, versus this, which is a very natural position. So you can still punch straight. Still got the ring for reverse grip if you need, use like a brass knuckle. But yeah, so that's one of my newer ones too. Want something that's just pretty straightforward utilitarian.
Dan, do you have any that are you gonna be coming to the show with us to Jackson?
I am.
Okay.
I will be there.
I think she said setup starts at 8.
Yep. So and it's about 2-hour drive.
And it's about a 2-hour drive. But do you have anything that you want to show that you're gonna be bringing, or?
I'm gonna be bringing most
Give people a
of these.
sneak peek.
Wallace is just saying it's been almost 2 weeks since he's seen us,
Yeah.
because we've all
I
been
know, it's
we've all
weird.
been so
It's
sick.
really weird.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's been so quiet in the house.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm bringing these. This is a camper that is actually a prototype. I wanted to do
that's right.
a larger camper, walnut handle on that. Yes, there are 5 pins on it technically. Most of mine, I'm still in the phase of my blade making journey where I'm doing a lot of one-off designs, because I'm kind of searching for my style, searching for exactly what I want. If Dennis is still on, this is actually one of the ones that I did for Dennis, but I ended up, this is not the pattern that I wanted for the commission, so I decided to make it
this raindrop.
yeah. So I decided to make it a production blade, and redid his in what is that?
Is it redneck skin?
The redneck skin.
Yeah.
I redid his in the redneck skin because that's just what I liked better for that. So yeah.
Part of the fun for me is someone who's trying to share what I love is watching other smiths find their voice and find their design aesthetic. It's so fun and so unique. Like I can usually tell now which of my smiths made which blades
Yeah.
by the design.
I can definitely.
What do you
tell-
mean, Scott Clip Point?
I can tell
What do you-
Scott Wade like right off the bat. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. This I call the Gent. This is genuinely designed to be an everyday carry.
Let's get that.
Incidentally,
In the
his
light a little.
design was one of the inspirations for my Microgent.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it's just interesting. The same idea takes people different places based on their perspective.
Mm-hmm. And
absolutely love it.
my idea behind this was especially that you could scout carry potentially. So it's essentially the width of your belt and wouldn't get in the way otherwise. So that's why I really like that design. But
That one's actually comfortable if you're wearing, even like driving in a car, it doesn't dig into your back.
exactly.
It's a really nice design. I like it a lot.
Yep. So I've been working with a lot of different handle materials and a lot of different steels, just to kind of find my voice. This is one of my favorites as well. It's a leaf-shaped blade. It's got a little bit more elvishness to it.
Yeah,
I don't know
more
what
like
you
the-
would call that. but,
I'd say the curves, definitely.
the
the
curves.
smooth scroll curves.
this is. I do a lot of EDCs because that's what I carry. I carry an EDC.
It's a nice little mosaic pin.
Yeah, and this one under the light gets really nice,
Oh yeah, very glittery.
right? So yeah, obviously all of these will be available. This one is one I'm fairly proud of. This is a Purple Heart.
I love that. And Bubinga?
Purple Heart and Walnut, actually.
Oh, is that
With a
okay?
red
Okay.
spacer,
with a
G10.
red G10 spacer. Yep. And Damascus.
Oh, was the Bubinga one? It wasn't Bubinga. What was the other one that you always have trouble
Bakote.
Bakote, yes.
Bakote.
That's when I thought it was at first.
Right, like who's the character, Star Trek character?
Oh, I know you're talking about. Not Jacote.
I want to say Chakotay.
I was just gonna
right?
say,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Was it
Because
Chakotay?
my original,
Chakotay.
yeah.
Chakotay.
Okay, I was gonna say because
Chakotay.
my first thought was Jakarta, and I was like, no, that's
Yeah.
where that knife just came from.
Yep, that was Voyager.
That was Voyager.
He was the 2IC.
Controversial topic.
Oh boy.
Hot take.
Hot take. Hot take. Voyager was my favorite Star Trek series.
See,
Yep.
for me, Discovery is my favorite Star Trek series. It's the grittiest.
I
In my
understand why. I will say, Next Generation, most rewatchable. Voyager, my favorite.
Can I have you take this? Because I need to go run up and use the
Yeah, I can take it.
the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Would you like another?
Yes, please.
Okay, you got to point that at people.
Hey.
Leslie,
Okay, here, let me take
Yes.
it.
No, I got it. It's fine.
You
You
got
go
it?
ahead and work.
you're covering it with your finger. That's what you're looking at.
You're doing a great job so far.
Scott Miller says Star Wars was my favorite Star Trek.
I know, Scott. I absolutely loved the.
What?
What was that? Oh shit!
You
sorry,
look
sorry.
on the camera. You're supposed to look at the camera, not the phone. And then Dustin says, "I liked Voyager as well."
See, I like the Daleks from Star Wars.
Daleks.
The Daleks.
The Daleks from the Star Wars Star Trek movie.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
From the Star Who trilogy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll
Yeah.
be right back.
Okay. So, I have now taken this to a 400 grit on the sander.
You missed a spot.
You know what?
I'm just kidding. I did.
I've taken this to the 400 grit on the sander. I've done the steel wool. I am considering doing the 600 and 1000. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it on the buffer
Is that with the? I would say just don't worry about that. Hit it on the buffer
and just see
leave
what
it at
looks
that.
like, right?
Yeah, because I think what you're going to find is that you're going to like the results of it,
gonna
and
buff
it's still
out
going to
nice
have a
and
400 grit finish that's easy to
Yeah.
hold on to.
And
I mean, it's
I-
my Carter, right?
And I don't know what the heck to do about that burn.
I'll show you. We have a Scotch spray. We can take care of that.
Okay, because that's like...
Yep, that's just a surface
It's in
patina.
a super weird corner, too, you know?
So one of the things with this buffer, when I got it, I didn't look at the RPMs, and my old buffer was a 1740, and this one's a 3500, and so you really have to keep it moving on this one, or you can risk like overheating your handle material. So if you ever have to buy a buffer, make sure you know what the RPM is and what you're looking for. I ruined a perfectly good set of acrylic handles the first time I used this because I treated it like my old one. See what I mean now? I don't think you're going to need to go much farther than that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, let's show the people. Yeah, that looks great. I would say wouldn't go beyond that. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, you can probably take that if you hit that spot on the wheel.
Yeah.
You can probably take that patina off right off with the buffer,
Oh, can I? You think so?
unless you want me to do that.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Okay.
So I will say to people that one of the great benefits of having someone that mentors you through this process is that there's times that you run into a thing where you're not sure quite what to do. You're not sure what's going to necessarily solve the problem. And it's not like you can't solve the problem. It's not like you can't figure it out. But sometimes just having someone say, hey, this is how I figured it out last time, and this might be something that will work for you, really shortcuts the process of learning, you know, because Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff off of YouTube videos and things like that, but what you can't do is you can't get that, hey, I have this particular very specific problem, and how do I resolve this problem? Now, I could probably figure it out. I'd probably hit this with, where it is. I could probably hit this with some steel wool. I guarantee you, I hit this with steel wool, it's going to scratch up this area. Then I'm going to have to fix this area that it scratched. And it's just...
Chase it.
It's just chasing it, right? So having someone that has sort of been through the process just makes an absolute incredible difference in your learning process. So,
You want me to trade with you real quick?
I'm going to swap out
Okay.
here.
Oh yeah, that the funny is that didn't get anywhere near.
It didn't get anywhere near the edge
around
anyway.
the edge, so
Yeah.
that's-
I almost left it just as a little maker's mark, but a witness mark.
Whatever we do to one side, we're definitely going to do to the other side. And I'm not putting hardly any pressure on it, but look at that.
Yeah, it's already coming off.
Yep. I'm not putting hardly any pressure on it. And I've got my hand back here because I don't want to overheat it and create another spot.
Oh, right.
So I'm just going to kind of lightly go along the blade now.
There it is.
Yep. And if this doesn't work, this is the least invasive thing. If this doesn't work, we'll just go to the gray Scotch-Brite
Yeah.
and do both sides.
And, you know, I might just keep it as well. Sometimes...
It's getting out, it's lightening up. And you put such a nice finish on this blade.
Yeah, I
that
did
we're just gonna make,
tonight.
we're just gonna make it that much brighter too as we polish it here. And once again, do this without gloves because I want to feel the temperature of the blade because the higher the grit, the faster the heat generation. And we're using like a polishing grit, polishing rouge here. You gotta be real careful with how you, whenever it comes getting close to the spine, it's really easy to get kicked down. So better to just come at it from the other side. Look at that. We're getting there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Add a little bit more rouge. You don't need a lot or you'll gum up the...
Confused the crap out of Mom.
Oh yeah?
When I was like, the Daleks in the Star Trek Star Wars movie were the best. And she was like, what? I think my brain just had a stroke.
I'm just glad Nina's not here. She would take great offense, I'm sure.
I know, that's why I said it.
It could use a few more pins, whatever it was.
It could use a few... Thank you.
Scott said.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Jack Dawson is watching.
Jack!
Hey! No way!
Jared, did you grab these blades from upstairs?
The ones
The
on
memorial
bar.
ones? Yeah. I want to show him not in the picture.
Yep.
I can clean all that up later, too, like...
Yeah, I just want to make sure it wasn't a scratch or something.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we're almost...
I do need to clean up some of my blades for the show.
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing Friday too, just kind of doing show prep.
Yeah.
So if you want to come over,
I'm in Detroit
Yeah,
on
that's right.
Friday.
Oh, this Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, because you'll be out by Jackson.
Right.
Yeah.
There should be a clock right there. So a lot of this kind of work is just slow and steady and you know, take your time and don't push too hard and things like that. So
Yeah, that's
a
fine.
little spot right there.
Yep.
But you can see how we kind of took that off, and this is just the lowest impact thing that we can do for this at the moment.
And Chuck, this is just an appearance thing, right?
Yeah, this is purely aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's not a functional thing. The part that got hot was behind
So
the beveled edge.
yeah. So what's the issue when the steel gets hot?
So if we get hot enough to change color, the spot that you got hot enough to change color in, that the temper in that spot is no longer what the rest of the blade is.
Okay. And what's the impact of that? Like, what does that do to the blade?
So typically what that does to the blade is it means that spot is not going to hold an edge like the stuff around it.
Okay.
Or you can also potentially have a spot where that area is weakened, essentially.
Okay.
So it could be a point of failure in the future.
So if we're watching Forged in Fire or something like that, and we see a blade get purple, we know that blade's probably
Yeah.
going to snap, right?
Well, and the thing is, if the whole blade is purple
Yeah.
and it's uniform and it's by intention, then that's one thing.
Yeah.
If it's a spot,
We're all naked.
it's just not
No,
the same
it's
around
just
it. And so
mine.
anytime you have something that's not the same as around it, it's a possible point of failure.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow. If it's not cracked, like if they're doing some of those edge tests,
Yeah.
it might be the spot that just scallops out the quickest.
Oh, ah, ha, ha.
I can actually show you a piece of sadness.
Before you, let me have this.
Jesus.
I'll take this. You take that for just a second. Before you do that, I want to show you something. I want you to run your fingers.
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jack.
So Jack, this is actually, I wanted to be able to show you something. Actually, maybe there's a little better light here. This is for Jill.
Really?
Next step is sending it out for the Maker's Mark. And then we'll put pants on it. I'm not sure which is going to happen
It's
first.
a memorial blade.
This is the memorial blade, yep. Yep, this is the one that we talked about when we were down there visiting. And then Lane's hybrid KMZ.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because as I've talked to Brian about that,
Beautiful.
he has said for him.
And yeah, I love how these turned out, and I can't wait to get them into your hands.
So this handle, not the memorial part, and I'm not sure if John's still here, but this is honeycomb.
That's a honeycomb hybrid handle, yep.
Okay, so what does that honeycomb come from?
The honeycomb, I'm sure John gets his, but I've seen the honeycomb used on these home laser tables. You can get them for like home laser etching or cutting thin materials and things like that. They often will put their work on a bed that's kind of a honeycomb, a consumable. And as you know, because lasers don't stop once they cut through, they just keep going until they're stopped. So this stuff is a consumable. And once it gets to the point where you can't use it, often people just throw it away. Somebody had a brilliant idea in cutting it up and casting it with acrylic and making all sorts of things. And I just love how these handles
It
turn
kind
out.
of reminds me of like the filters almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
Yep. I've actually got some I have to cut up and send to John, but I've been waiting until I have other things to ship so I can maximize it.
I'm assuming, Scott, that that's the handle, the honeycomb handle. This, for some reason, the honeycomb handle. So this is a memorial handle. So these white chunks you see in here
Actually,
are
stabilized bone.
stabilized. Yeah, like remains.
Yep.
But that's, I'm assuming that that's what you were talking about, Scott. He was saying he loves that handle.
Yeah. So when it comes to the memorial blades, I hate that there's a need for them, but I love that it's something we can provide. Kind of like a reliquary for your loved one. And so what happens is, if someone asks for one, I'll have them ship me about a tablespoon or so of the cremation remains, and then I in turn ship it off to John, where we both treat them with the utmost respect, and then John will mix up
Acrylic resin.
the acrylic resin in a pattern that is reminiscent based on discussions. We did one for my daughter and her partner Jordan for the Big Husky Titan. We did a black and white and gray, and then also John did an ice blue
For his
liner
eyes.
for his eye because he had the husky eyes, and so those are going to be put on a blade that's reminiscent of Titan, the big doof, and
Big dumb potato.
and in this case, the lady, was an avid beekeeper, and so we did a honeybee design with the color scheme.
And
So
Jack
it's
says,
really personal.
Jack says he loves the knives, and Jill and Lane will be super excited. So thank you.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited to hear how they like it. I mean, I did one for Jack earlier. That was one of my sled models, and just love how it turned out. And it's in a place of honor in the house, and just happy that we can do that. It's one more thing that I can do for people I really care about. So, anyway, there's that. And Jack,
Cheers.
bourbon on ice, sir. We don't have chocolate. That's upstairs, but that'll happen later.
Well, we do have chocolate down here, actually.
Oh, there we go. Chocolate Boy Wonder.
Hey.
How you doing, brother?
Me without my hat.
I know I feel naked now. I'm not wearing my bourbon.
I just shaved my head before I came here.
I have a tip and trick for the audience.
Oh yes, this is good to share.
So,
Is it an appropriate tip?
It's
or?
an appropriate tip.
Just
It's
a
just
tip?
a tip.
well,
though.
let me whip this out real quick.
Okay.
So I have a flashlight with a UV setting, right? And epoxy in general glows in UV. So if you're looking at a knife to purchase, this would be one that you didn't want to purchase because you can see
You
the
can see the
gap.
solid blue line on this side, and then you can see it's not as even on this side, and then there's a gap there and a gap here.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the same there, you can see that gap on this side here. So with a UV light this epoxy is going to really pop, and you can see it a lot better. I have seen a lot of knife makers, they use coloring in their epoxy. Whatever handle material they're using, they color the epoxy the same as the handle material. So it's a little bit harder to see, but it will always pop with that UV light. So something to watch out for when you're
Very
buying
cool.
knives.
It's the
Fun
same
fact.
man a little bit. Like if you look at his blade, like this is pretty BA. He's got a ton of pins in it, modern epoxies and stuff. Even with these pins, these handles aren't going to go anywhere.
Right.
So it's still super safe.
That's
But for
purely aesthetic.
purely aesthetic
Well,
and
the
quality,
pins,
right?
The
Like,
pins also help support the handle against shear forces.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you, like epoxy, if it's going to fail, it tends to fail all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So if you drop it and it hits like this, that you can pop a handle up.
Yeah.
But the pins actually help support that against that shear force too.
And I I do want to emphasize that like this knife, I would not sell. This is not a tribal edge quality in my opinion. So I would not sell this knife. If I wanted to sell this knife, I would pop the handles off and redo the handles. So, that's I don't know.
That's quality right there.
That's
But this is also
It's a
kind of
standard.
experimental, and we get to
Absolutely.
learn things about it. And
100%. Yeah, I mean,
So what was the material that you used? Was it
This is
the material that was different?
So here's the two different things. This is a micarta that I think I bought off of Amazon or something like that. And I do like the look of a micarta, and it is very strong. The thing that I was experimenting with is the epoxy. So this is BSI. This is Bob's something or other, right?
Yeah.
So we normally use the G-Flex, and this is BSI, and the BSI, it gets to non-working a lot faster than the G-Flex. So what happened is, when you have more pins, sometimes when you have more pins, it is sometimes more difficult to actually seat your handles onto your blade. If you have a fast drying epoxy and that seating takes a little bit more time than you kind of thought or were hoping it was going to, what you do is you get gaps exactly like those, right? And you can see here, that's the paper that I soaked in CA glue,
Oh, that's really cool how bright that is.
right?
God, could you imagine doing something glow in the dark with that?
Man.
Well, and this is how I show off our lapis lazuli.
The lazuli, yeah.
So yeah, that was an experiment with the BSI, and
Oh, it's
The
a good
BSI didn't
creepy
work so
handle.
good.
Oh my god.
So it's half the price of the
That feels really
G-Flex,
good.
but we now see why it's half the price of the
New
G-Flex.
design.
So
I
yeah,
like it.
that's just a kind of cool.
Haven't
little
named it
tidbit.
yet.
Wallace or Dan, I'm sorry. You know what? I forgot my vape upstairs.
Yeah.
Can I just have one of you guys grab the phone for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
Oh, wait.
Kira, can you,
I was
Kira,
like, why is it face towards
can you
me?
grab me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags?
6 bags.
They should all be down here, but yeah.
So this is one of the blades that we're going to be doing. Actually, come on over here. Where you can see
Mm-hmm.
this is a mid-gent, which is a microgent scaled up.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is the...
You actually need 12, not 6, because these get stored separate than the
Yep,
knives.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4,
14?
5, 6, 7,
Oh,
8,
shit,
9,
you're right.
10, 11,
Yep,
12.
no, you're right. You're right. Okay.
I usually am.
30.
It's hard.
She needs 30 bags. 30 bags, guys.
See how she... Now that you're here, see how she took her bourbon with her?
Yeah, I did see that.
Wallace, did you want a bourbon?
Yes, please.
So this is a...
Cube or crut?
Either one's fine with me.
So this is a mid-gent. This is the 416 layer redneck skin with a spalted tamarind handle. And I just designed it kind of like as an everyday carry, hunter, camper.
It looks very close to the sled.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than the sled, but
Little
yeah, I
different.
can see that. Yep. It's just really comfortable in the
Man.
hand.
Ooh. Oh, wow. That's... These said it's the microgent?
That's the mid-gent.
Midgent.
Yep. So if we look at one of the
Yeah, microgent's tiny.
so this is the microgent, and this is the drop point mid-gent.
Yep.
But I also have a drop point microgent. Just don't have it out right now. But this is, you can kind of see how it's kind of scaled up a little
yeah.
bit.
But
But
this,
same overall shape.
I wish everybody could feel how light this midgent is. Holy cow. Like, if you get this thing in my hands, I'm a sewing machine of the wrong kind. Oh my
You know, I did
gosh.
teach you the running cross
Yes.
stitch. So.
Get it away from me. I can feel it taking over right now.
That's right. It speaks to you, doesn't
It speaks to me. That thing feels really good. Like,
Yeah.
weight-wise, like, didn't play with it obviously too much, but like that thing feels really good.
Oh, speaking of which, follow me. I'm going to use the power of social media and peer pressure.
Ooh. Oh no! All right, everybody, don't look at this.
It's working for everybody else. So
Dang it! I knew it.
Guess what my boy Wallace is working on?
Still working
Still
on.
working on. So he's even got the pins already cut. He's picked out his handle material. It's heat treated and tempered. Now we just have to get him to finish.
Yes. Shh. It's a secret, y'all.
What did you do?
Nothing.
We're
did
using
you
the
do?
power of social media and peer pressure.
It's what he didn't do.
Yes, but I didn't finish my blade, and so now he's guilt tripping me over it.
Yep.
It's very.
We
sad.
have 15 minutes left.
Okay. So the next one up here is actually, so we're Lord of the Rings fans here, like
No,
Lord of the
we're
Rings nerds. Like
No, we're not.
my workshop.
We
is
like
called
the
Mines
Star
of
Wars
Moria.
Trek.
Lord
The
of
Star-
the Star Wars.
Lord of the Star Trek Wars.
Yeah,
That's right.
Starring the Daleks.
I
That's
got
right. The Daleks and
It's
the
Daleks, you monsters. They're Daleks, not Daleks.
Yes,
But I don't get
I don't get that response if I say
Daleks?
Daleks.
the
All,
Daleks.
you know what?
The
I'm
Daleks
taking,
and the-
I'm taking all your bourbons
I'm gonna watch it on my game box later.
and the Time Star Lords.
and the time slaves.
And the Time Star Lords.
I don't know.
I took it. I took it upstairs because I don't trust these miscreants.
Well, I taxed it. So.
I'm just gonna
That's
go ahead
fine.
and say that's for your lovely wife.
This is for my Jordan. You're my lovely wife.
There you go.
All right.
Is he the one who's having the kid then? From
Oh my
granddaughter?
I
god.
think so.
Yeah,
He's taking
he
your
can
last name?
totally get pregnant. No, I don't even want my last name.
Oh boy. So yeah, so this is actually the Neo Dwarf set. This is the big one. This is the the bushcraft.
It was kind of small.
And this was actually inspired by Lord of the Rings. The dwarves, actually, if you notice, their weapons are all very angular and cubistic. And so we kind of went with that. Kind of looks like a modified Tonto, but there's very few non-straight edges on this. And so this is the big one for chopping stuff. And then we also have, this is kind of cool, we have your smaller one, which is more like the everyday carry size.
Ooh.
And one of my other favorite things about this was the carry system. So we've got that, but then we also have this. So you can carry them all in one piece, or this actually comes off and can carry completely separately as an everyday carry. And then this right here is your H-harness clip, so you can carry it vertical. You can turn it 45 if you want to carry it 45, or you can carry it completely, turn that sideways and carry it like a scout. Snap it to your ruck strap, or your H-harness, a plate carrier.
A belt,
Yep,
pockets,
belt.
pants, anything.
Exactly. And it's completely ambidextrous. So had a lot of fun designing this one. And the other thing I really liked about this one is it's hard to tell here, but it's an oak burl that was really kind of wormy, but then he cast it with kind of a silvery gunmetal gray type of acrylic. And it kind of reminded me of mithril.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty sick. I didn't know about the handle material. But
yeah, it's a white oak burl, and then he cast it with a kind of a silvery acrylic, and that was I just loved how it
Where
turned
do we
out.
get our handle material from again?
John Bryan,
Bryan.
Muskoka Turner, yeah. Yeah, he was on earlier.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you missed
You
him.
missed him. Brian was on.
Brian was
Brother
on?
Brian
Yeah.
was on.
Ed was on from
Ed was on.
from Cinder Rose.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. In fact, he actually brought over.
Ooh.
Oh, that
What?
was one thing that he asked about the
Oh.
bag.
Yeah, can you run up and grab it?
Yep, Wallace, can I have you?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead. Just make sure you're focusing on him going through the dates because he's almost done.
Mm-hmm.
And we got about 15 minutes left.
It's your world. I'm just trying to live in it.
Great.
Great.
All right.
We would say
where
Greece.
is it?
Your mom's office. Usually, it's on the far right side of her desk.
Meow. What are you doing?
And all the bourbons. All the bourbons are my bourbons.
Oh my gosh.
See all these? These are all my bourbons.
They're all Kira's
As you can
bourbons.
see, she has lots of trust in us
Yes.
when it comes to her bourbon.
There's no trust issues at all here. None. Not one. Good old John Brown.
Yeah, I've got another box of handle material coming
Who?
next, hopefully in the next week or so.
Yeah?
Kira's new ear gauges that I got commissioned.
Oh!
Yeah, we got, she knows about it because I told her on her birthday. But he's doing another set that are a spalted maple and garnet red hybrid.
That's dope. And she
Kinda
loves
like-
spalted maple
Kinda
too.
like
So.
Bloody Bill.
Yeah! That's sick. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, John does some amazing work.
These creatives out here.
Yep. And I hate him for posting all that sexy wood.
Man.
Mostly I hate it when I don't get it.
Uh-huh.
Like, I go, I need it, and it's already sold.
It's kind of like when I see knife porn.
Yes, exactly. I try and send Jack a little adult knife material at least once a day. All right.
Oh.
So,
Ooh. Medic.
All right, go ahead if you want to show that now.
so Ed
Yes.
from Cinder Rose.
Am I allowed to look at you?
I look gross. So, but he made this bag.
You want me to focus on the bag then?
Yes, focus on the bag. Please.
Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Oh my
My
God.
beautiful daughter too.
Please don't. I'm not beautiful right now. I'm
You are
sick.
there. You are always beautiful.
Well, I was sick. I'm still
That.
has a nice little deep pocket right here.
Look at that.
And then
This turned out really nice.
It was
Holy
the bag.
cow.
gorgeous.
then you look inside.
There's tons of space in there too.
You had a mouse
Beautiful daughter. Do you
pocket.
have more than one daughter?
I swear to God, there are so many sharp objects in here.
Oh my God. So this is the day Dan died.
Granddaughter in there? Is that where you?
Oh my god.
It's big enough.
So yeah,
Yeah.
mouse bag. You
Yeah.
got some stuff to hold
Looks
cords
like your granddaughter's
but
got a
the
little black
depth-
in her.
in there. And then the clips
Ooh.
to attach it.
I like the brass. That's sweet.
Yeah. It was,
And it was
Gives it a
completely-
vintage look.
It was completely customizable. He had her pick out the colors, some of the stitching, some of the bolts. This is CRL, so it's Cinder Rose leather.
Yeah.
Is what the embossment is here. But we talked to them afterwards about actually having her initials or her name put on. Like, it would have been a good idea, but even like the stitching.
Yeah.
I mean, and this bag
No.
is,
This is quality stuff
Yeah.
here. Good mill to the leather.
and it's the same guy that does our leather sheaths now.
Oh my gosh.
And then, of course, it comes with this really cool
Oh my god.
adjustable strap.
That's sweet. That's really nice. And this is a laptop bag?
This is
or
a laptop
Okay, yeah.
So, if you guys are interested, Cinder Rose at CINDER Rose Leather.
he actually corrected me today. It's gonna be. It's a CY.
Oh, is it CY?
Yeah.
CY.
Okay, so
I was mistaken. I wrote
CYNDER.
down
My
CY.
bad.
Okay.
But either way,
I
Cinder
couldn't
Rose.
find it.
It's Ed and Patricia. I'm not going to butcher their last name. It starts with an R. It's like ROH something. But yeah, Cinder Rose.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's legit.
absolutely beautiful. So same person that does our sheath stuff. So this is meant to be long lasting and comfortable and aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's taking it down. When she has to go into work, she's used it, and she said she's loved it.
That's
Absolutely
sweet.
loved it.
I'm gonna go set this on the
Yes, ma'am.
stairs real quick.
Boop, 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 boop. What are we,
All right.
what are we doing here? Wait, that's not mine. This one's mine.
Light.
All right.
All right, Kira, I'm gonna add the Microgent light to the clearance sale,
Okay.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I also added
you.
a CMZ2.
Okay. So we'll just figure that out later. I'm not worried about it right now.
I'm just putting it in the bag.
So we had to go through and do the inventory stuff. So
You can do that Friday, maybe.
yeah.
I've got like very few. I've only got one meeting on my calendar for Friday, so that's it.
I figure I have to go through the inventory book, and if we're gonna be switching knives over to the fire sale for the Black Friday sale. So
Yeah. And we're gonna have guys. We're gonna have a bunch of amazing deals going on for Black Friday, and if you can make it out to the mall in Jackson, what was that?
Westwood Mall.
Westwood Mall.
on Michigan Ave in Jackson, Michigan,
Yep.
this Saturday.
We're starting at 9.
The show is 11 a.m. to
Okay.
6 p.m. Setup starts at 8 or 9.
Okay.
And I have to go back and
That's
reread
what I was
the email.
mixing up,
But the close down is 6 p.m. hard. Like, that means no shutting down beforehand.
Right.
So,
Really?
yeah, 6 p.m. 6
Wow.
p.m. And she was former military. So when she says 6 p.m., she means 6 p.m.
Yep. Yep. And boy, this lady though, she has her poop in the group when it comes to organizing and writing this stuff. How many people does she have that they reach now?
So on average, her shows average about what the Out of the Barn shows average. But she does like 5 shows a month.
What?
Yeah. And they're all over. Some of them are a lot, but all of them, the thing that I love about Fishville that I've noticed is that all of them, almost all of them at least, have some sort of drive for like toys or charity or food or something like that. Some of it's faith-led, some of it's not, but she's really, really involved in the community of
All
helping
about
people.
other people.
Yeah. So, and we're talking about clothes for kids and toys for
supplies is
tots.
another
School
one that I
supplies
remember
is
being
another.
involved with that.
We were really hesitant about doing the show because we're like, how are we going to sell knives for children?
That's right. But
What do you
But-
mean? Knives are totally for children.
But yeah, so we'll be in Jackson at the Westwood Mall on Michigan Ave, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. All the knives that you see here, almost all the knives that you see here, will be for sale on the
Absolutely.
table. So,
Yep. And once again, we were going to be having some amazing deals. It's that Black Friday. Come get your blades. Come see us if you can. If you can't, we have other shows where we're going to be more local here in the Grand Rapids area.
Yeah.
Holland and Muskegon.
to say Holland we're going to be in Jackson this weekend. Next weekend we're going to be in Muskegon.
Yep.
Up at the Archery Club, and then we're going to be in Holland after that for the
Civic
13th
Center.
and 14th at the Civic Center with Out of the Barn, and then the weekend after that we go back to Jackson for the last show of the year. So
I'm gonna need to make more knives.
hopefully, I hope you have that problem.
Yep. Yep. But come pick out a blade. We'll make it happen. And also, we have the workshops going on. So
We
those
do.
are amazing experience.
Multiple blade discounts.
Yep. Multiple blade discounts.
So, and then, yeah, we have the workshops and then do commissions as well, obviously.
Yep. And if you do want to give a commission as a gift, we can talk about that and work out a way to make it happen too. So, looking forward to hearing from everyone and helping you satisfy your Shark Pointy Things needs.
Making sure you and your friends stay bladed, as it were.
As it were, yes. What we're looking at for time now, darling.
Let's check. 2 minutes.
2 minutes,
So,
all right.
I feel like you can finish up what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm
done.
actually ready to...
I'm just cleaning up.
Well, let's look at Dan and see what Dan's doing over here.
So we kind of saw this through the whole process here of getting this handle on, and I think part of crafting something is just you're not going to get it perfect every time, and this is an example of it. Where,
Yeah, it's 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
I could pull this handle off and redo the handle and make something that I felt was sellable. But I don't know, I kind of like it. I kind of think it's kind of cool. So I'm probably going to give this to a friend or a family, or sometimes if like a commission is taking too long or something, I'll throw an extra blade in.
It's like the large or the small fry that they give you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. Sometimes I just do blades like that are okay to not be perfect. I think I do like with handcrafted things. I do like a witness mark, where you can always tell with machine stuff that they come out identical every single time, and so I don't mind a witness mark. I've got my daily carry. This is a witness mark, for example, where that little piece there, right? It does not affect at all the integrity of the blade, but it's just a sign of somebody handmade this, and I don't know. For me, I don't mind a witness mark or two.
It's authenticity.
It's
at that
authenticity.
point, yeah.
For impact.
You know, as long as it doesn't affect the quality and how you can use the blade and its performance, then it's just a witness mark. So
Woo.
there you go.
Yeah,
That's what I did today.
Yay! Thank you, Dustin, and I hope that you have a great Thanksgiving too.
Dustin?
Yeah, Dustin and Damon.
Oh, hey,
Say-
Dustin.
He said,
think
"Great
he's-
job. Thanks. Have a great Thanksgiving."
I think you still have a workshop out there we need to do, son.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Do you want to do another your last
Yeah.
few blades? You only
Yeah,
got a
let's-
couple left,
Okay,
and
yeah,
then
let's go ahead and do
we'll
that.
run a little bit long. Sometimes we shut down a little early.
Well, I do love showing off Shark Pointy Things. So this is one of my favorite designs, actually. I call it the Elvish Fighter. I love the kind of the swoopy lines, and this one's got that
Thank you, honey. Whoop, I'm stuck on
the Voodoo Chaos resin that John did for me. The idea was to kind of represent what you might see out of a through the Hubble telescope if you're looking at like nebulas or stuff. And I feel like John totally hit the mark on that one. But this one is beautifully balanced and designed to be a good hunter, fighter, basically whatever you need it to be. But the 80 CRV2 is just wonderful steel, and that's what I did with this one.
And then we have this one.
Yep. Yep, so we're gonna kind of pull this one out here real quick.
And we'll call that one the last one.
Yep, so what we got here? Ooh, it's a mini sax. This is actually a newer one. So this one I actually originally envisioned for like the Run Fair as kind of an approachable Run Fair blade.
Like a Ren Fair EDC.
Yep, exactly. So Viking sax, which our family loves the Vikings. And this is actually, what was that wood? Yeah, this is Chechen wood. And it's a beautiful little hardwood. I love the grain on that, how it came out. This is ADC RV2 steel. Got the lanyard tube there. And then with the sheath, you can carry it scout or vertical. So this was like my little version of a sax if it were walked on hot and bright on high.
All right. So we're going to be wrapping it up. We are only 2 minutes after, so it's okay. Can you hand me that paper, please?
Yep.
Dan over here trying to start shit.
I'm working.
I'm making.
Hey.
All right. Dan, move out of the way. For the love of all that is good and holy, which you were about to be holy.
That is your favorite.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Okay. I'll get you for it. Don't worry.
Yep.
Start grinding bone in your
You gotta
face.
do that at home.
I'll make sure I
Alrighty.
Let's get grind some antler in Dan's face.
Yeah.
Can I have you guys scooch in just a little bit? Scooch in towards Dad. Please, just a little. Thank you.
Am
I close enough?
You're good.
Yes. God, you're solid. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us even though we were out for a little bit. We're back now. Looking forward to more. If you have questions or ideas for us to talk about during the lives, shoot us a message. We'll address it and have fun with it, obviously. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving from our family to yours, our tribe to yours. Want to shout out to Muskoka Turner again. Thank you so much for entertaining my whims when it comes to handle ideas. Thank you to Custom Engravers for all of the wonderful maker's marks, business cards, banners, even the swag stickers we get from them. They just do amazing work. Phoenix Abrasives, I'm going to be reaching out to you again, Greg, because we're going to need some more belts pretty soon. My Scotch Brights are looking a little sad, but if you need things, Greg's the guy to go to at Phoenix Abrasives. Alabama Damascus has been wonderful to work with. I've actually got some more Damascus from the Maiden in today, so more to come from them to show off to you guys. Cinder Rose Leather, you absolutely knocked that sheath out of the park for the kukri. Can't wait to see what you do with the over-the-back sheaths for my Elvish swords. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And Larceny, we want to hear from
Sponsor us, Larceny! Sponsor us, Larceny!
This is all you guys. So, happy Thanksgiving from our tribe to yours once again. Stay bladed.
Stay bladed. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.